and let us all do we can to build a better future.
The Guardian. Y'all know what The Guardian is, right? It's a newspaper in the UK. Now, The Guardian, from time to time has gone after people who, speak out against the neoliberal establishment. The Guardian has so many wonderful, keen-eyed eagles keeping an eye on, how we should be running things. And yes, they have opinion pieces because everyone's entitled to an opinion piece. The reason why I'm bringing up The Guardian is because a while ago, I talked about this article here, which seems, in many ways, it's an opinion piece, but it seems more of like a song like, I get a little Genghis Khan. No one can have you but me, because Georgie Boy wrote this article. I once admired Russell Brand, but his grim trajectory shows us where politics is heading. So Georgie Boy, Georgie Monbite, Georgie Boy wrote this, and he was so upset about Russell Brand. In 2014, he talks about The Guardian asked me to nominate a hero of the year. To some people's surprise, he chose Russell Brand. I love the way he energized young people who've been alienated from politics. He said it, he was the best thing. So great. So great. But now, he wrote this. Today, I scarcely believe it's the same man. Oh my goodness. Again, this article seems like a breakup letter, or is it at like someone saying like, I like you so much, but I hate him. I hate him, but I love him. I hate him, but I love him. I hate him, but I love him. So I've watched 50 of his recent videos, hate watch, probably crying, but maybe secretly gushing, with growing incredulity. He appears to have switched from challenging injustice to conjuring phantoms. And this is my favorite sentence. If, as I suspect it might, politics takes a very dark turn in the next few years, it will be partly as a result of people like Russell Brand. So if politics takes a dark turn, folks, it's this man's fault. Russell, how could you? So why am I talking about The Guardian? Okay, because I already talked about this, about people smearing Russell Brand, but I wanted to bring up this article because the thing is, The Guardian has been posting articles here and there, trying to make themselves holier than thou. But as it turns out, SpaghettiOs. UK newspaper apologizes for slavery links. The Guardian has expressed remorse after research showed its founder had ties to the 19th century slave trade. What? Don't believe me? Well, check this little gem out because look, I know it's from RT, so vote blue no matter who. Don't get triggered. Don't get triggered. It's an article from The Guardian too. The Guardian and slavery. What did the research find and what happens next? The Scott Trust has apologized and announced a program of restorative justice after identifying The Guardian's founders' links to the transatlantic slavery. What? Mr. Holier than thou Guardian. Georgie Boy. Georgie. Hold on, let me bring up Georgie Boy. Look. I know you're in your ivory tower. Before you start going after Russell Brand, I think you need to look in your own household at The Guardian. Now you wrote your opinion piece. You'd be like, I am shocked that The Guardian has ties. You can write an opinion piece or article like, I'm shocked and saddened that The Guardian has ties to the Atlantic slave trade. So here, let's talk about it. Here, we're going to use RT. We're going to use RT because I just want to trigger the vote blue no matter who people. So the Scott Trust, the proprietor of the UK newspaper The Guardian, has issued an apology after it was discovered that the publication's founder, John Edward Taylor, John Edward Taylor was a punk. He was part of the slave trade. He helped found The Guardian, and all what they do now is print neoliberal garbage. There you go. All right. Hey, I came up with that song right off the fly. See, the morning shows are going to be a lot of fun. As well as the majority of its early financial backers had demonstrable links to the transatlantic slavery in the 1800s. The findings of the independently researched Scott Trust Legacies of Enslavement Report, which was published on Tuesday, showed that Taylor, as well as at least 9 of the 11 early financiers of the newspaper, had ties to merchant companies which imported significant quantities of raw cotton harvested by slaves in North and South America in the 19th century. So there you go. We are facing up to and apologizing for the fact that our founder and those who funded him drew their wealth from the practice that was a crime against humanity, said Catherine Viner, editor-in-chief of The Guardian News and Media, wrote Tuesday. Viner added the findings of the report must reinforce the newspaper's commitment to expose racism, injustice, and equality. The newspaper also expressed its remorse at early editorial positions taken in support of the cotton industry at the time. What? Georgie Boy. Georgie, listen, I know you got your crush on Russell Brand here, Georgie. But I don't know, man. I think it's long overdue you do an article about, hey, what's going on, Guardian? They actually had pro articles, early editorial positions that, hey, yeah, we got to support the cotton industry. What the heck, Guardian? Have that archived? Got that archived somewhere, Guardian? The research, which was by academics from the University of Nottingham and Hull, showed that Taylor had conducted business with cotton plantations in South Carolina and Georgia. One of the financial backers, Sir George Phillips, was the co-owner of a sugar plantation in Jamaica, the report also claimed. It adds that in 1835, Phillips launched an ultimately unsuccessful appeal to the British government to claim financial compensation for the loss of 108 people who were referred to as human property. Sir George Phillips, you punk. The Scott Trust is deeply sorry for the role John Edward Taylor and his backers played in the cotton trade, the group's chair, Old Jacob Sunday, said via The Guardian on Tuesday. We recognize that apologizing and sharing these facts transparently is only the first step in addressing the Guardian's historical links to slavery. Well, you know, it's okay. On the one hand, look, I really am glad that they're acknowledging, like, hey, look, we're sorry. But did you guys need an independent organization to really look back into your origins? Like, you would think you guys could do that yourself, because after all, The Guardian, I mean, no one ever bothers to look back of, hey, how did we get founded? Let's open up the old book and see how we got started. Oh, my God. The newspaper also revealed that it is to launch a decade-long restorative justice fund, which will support groups associated with the slave trade in the Americas and the Caribbean. The program will also pursue goals of raising awareness of the historic transatlantic slavery, funding further academic research, and expanding the breadth of the newspaper's reporting of issues concerning Black communities. Okay. You know, I don't know. Like, were you guys like forced into talking about this now? Again, this, you know, it's interesting. A lot of these establishment outlets, these quote unquote authoritative sources, you look into them deeper, you know, they got some shady stuff in the past. So, Georgie, I know that, you know, you're still getting over your crush, Russell Brand, right? But I don't think Russell Brand's the problem right now. Okay, he's not the problem. Again, just for a laugh. If, as I suspect it might, politics takes a very dark turn in the next few years, it will be partly as a result of people like Brand. Oh, Russell Brand, how could you? You're responsible for everything. You're responsible for the Guardian being part of the transatlantic slave trade. No, that's not true. Russell Brand can't time travel, or can he? Can he? You tell us that, Georgie Boy. So, yeah, it's interesting. I find it funny that The Guardian has this shady background.